that Allen Robinson has officially been franchise tagged, what is the next step for the Chicago Bears in their offseason plans? Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Bears. So if you are a Bears fan and you're not subscribed to the channel, you should. I promise you, you won't regret it. So go ahead and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, guys. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Links is always down below. So let's get into it. All right, so we finally got the big ARob news, right? Whether or not he was going to get tagged or a long-term deal was going to be reached or if he was going to be let go into free agency. And we got the news that he officially got tagged. I gave my thoughts in a video. You guys can go check it out in my recent videos. I'm not here to talk about that. What I am here to talk about is now, what is the next step? What happens now? Because I feel like Bears fans knew that the ARob thing was a huge, issue that was hovering over everybody's head. But once that thing cleared, really, what's the next step now? So I'm here to talk about that. And so when you take a look at the Bears' next steps, we've got essentially two main events coming up, right? We've got NFL free agency and we've got the NFL draft, okay? And so you're going to have to deal with free agency first and then the draft just because of the order of those things and how they're going to take place, right? The draft is in April, free agency is in March. And so now I believe what's going to happen is in terms of next steps, you are going to have to go ahead and take a look at the free agents that you want to bring back. Now, there's a huge list of free agents that the Chicago Bears have this year, most notably quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, who I've told you guys this, I believe his days in Chicago are over. You guys can go check out my recent videos for that. But I'm going to also drop another video where I pretty much talk about which free agents the Bears should keep, which they shouldn't. But essentially, they have to decide that, right? You've got Cordell Patterson out there. That's still a free agent. And the Bears have made some cuts, right? Bobby Massey, Buster Strain. So the moves have already started being made. Now it's, you got to get the list fully done, okay? And once free agency's done, then you've got the draft, right? And then you've got basically, okay, who are we taking with the 20th overall pick? Are we moving up? Are we moving down? So you've got that, to look forward to. And while all of this is happening, you still have to maybe negotiate with ARob if you want to get a long-term deal done, because you can still do that up until July 15th, okay? So just because he got tagged doesn't mean the Bears can't come up to a long-term extension. So you can still do that in the meantime while the draft and free agency is going on. And oh, by the way, yeah, the Bears are going to be going after a top-level tier quarterback. Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson are going to be those two guys. And so the Bears are going to be full out trying to get these guys while all of this is happening. So Ryan Pace, the general manager, has a lot on his plate. All right, you got the draft, you got free agency, you got getting a top-level quarterback. You got to figure out if you want to get a long-term deal done with ARob. There is a lot here, okay? And I've laid out what the order is. And here is what I believe is going to happen in terms of, not just the order of things, but how things might actually play out for the Chicago Bears, right? So I mentioned the draft. I mentioned free agency. I think we just go ahead and re-sign the free agents that we do. I don't think there's going to be any big sort of signings for the Chicago Bears because, again, the salary cap is a little bit restrictive in terms of what the Bears can do. And then in the draft, I believe the Bears aren't going to make any big moves. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is don't expect big moves during free agency and the draft because of the fact that everything the Bears do from now up until before the season starts is going to be trying to get that top-level quarterback. All right? That's what it's all about now. So you want to be able to make sure you save all the assets you have for Deshaun, for Russell Wilson, and they're going to go all in for it. Because I've mentioned this to you guys before. If they, wait, I believe that's their biggest advantage. And if they don't, who are they losing out on? Free agency is trash now with Dak Prescott gone, and the trade market is the only way to upgrade the quarterback. So don't expect many flashy, big, splashy moves from the Bears in free agency or even in the draft, because everything that they're looking to save in terms of assets is going to be for a big trade for a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson. Whether or not, obviously, that happens depends a lot on those teams in the Texans and the Seahawks, but that's what the Bears are going to do. They're going to save up for all that. So now that ARob's done. He's not completely done because we can still come to a long-term deal with him. But now that his decision has kind of been made, now this focus switches towards the quarterback position. All right? Free agency draft going to be pretty quiet. The quarterback position, trying to get that top-level quarterback, oh, we're going all in. That's what's coming up next. So get ready, buckle up. It's about to get nuts. I'm excited, guys. Leave a comment down below if you're excited. Let me know what you guys think. But that's essentially what I feel like is going to happen for the Bears. This is going to be a wild offseason. I can't wait. As always, thanks for watching.